Ged, we sit here on the day that you was appointed first team manager at Morecambe Football Club. You must be delighted.
I am. It's just like a dream come true, to be honest. I've come here to Morecambe, obviously played for them before, know the club is, and to get the manager's job, I'm absolutely delighted, yeah.
Was that the next step in your professional footballing journey? Obviously, bags of experience as a player, Accrington Stanley as the coach of the under-23s. Did you always have your eyes set on, professional football management?
Always, yeah, 100%. When I was coaching, I always wanted the next step up. I'd rather be a manager than a coach. But I do love coaching, so it's come a lot quicker since I've come to Morecambe. Obviously, I've only been here 3 months, but things happen fast and it's worked out really well.
I suppose it helps you as well that you're familiar with the environment that you're coming into as a manager. Like you say, you've been here nearly 3 months, but beyond that, you spent a couple of seasons here as a player as well, at such a vital part of the club's history. That must be really helpful for you to understand as well coming in.
It is, yeah. I was actually saying before to one of the players before, I said, this club, I don't even know how long ago it was, maybe 15 years ago, I played 16, I can't remember. It's exactly the same then as it is now. The feeling when you come in, everyone seems to be happy, it's a nice place to be, it looks after each other. The fans look after the players and the manager, and the player, vice versa. So it's a really, really nice place to be at the minute. It was then.
It's an exciting time as well, of course. I mean, we look at recent years. I know, you said to me before that having played for the club, it's always a club when you weren't here that you kind of keep an eye on in terms of results and how they're doing. You look at promotion at Wembley in 2021 and League One survival and things like that. I suppose for you coming in, it's almost like the perfect time.
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, the team's been on a good run this season. They're doing really well. Derek's got them playing really good football. Obviously, we've been on a little blip the last 5 weeks. We've had a few major injuries at times. Obviously, we lost Stuart, the goalkeeper, and lost Dom. So that hasn't helped us. But the last few games, take away the Wrexham game, I've seen the progression in players and they're getting better. I listened to what we're saying. Even though we got beat by Blackpool, I thought we expressed ourselves really well in that game. And I just think we're on the way forward. As I say, Wrexham was a blip and we go against tomorrow.
Coming in as first team coach when you did, what were your first impressions of the squad and this group of players?
Derek actually said in the team meeting the second day I was in, he said, Ged pulled me last night and said he can't believe the standard of the players and the quality we've got. And I couldn't. We'd done a passing drill my first day and I just went, wow, there's players here and some of the ability of some of the players here is unbelievable and they should be pushing further up the league, to be honest.
And it speaks volumes that it is such a young squad, but already, they're surprising quite a few in terms of outsiders. But for you to come in and have that thought process coming in and then you take into consideration just how young they are, it really is exciting, isn't it?
They are young, but to be a footballer, it doesn't matter what. As I said on Saturday after the interview, sometimes that's an excuse, you know what I mean? If they're in the team, it doesn't matter what age they are, they should be performing at a high level. And to be fair, the lads did. The lads were, except Saturday. So you've just got to keep at them, keep showing them the way we want to play, keep showing them how to do it. They're taking it all on board, so it's going really well.
In terms of your history, sticking with the topic of youth and young players, you've got quite a track record, haven't you, of bringing youth players through the academy and then almost exposing them to the first team environment. Something you take great pride in and something clearly that Morecambe really wants to do going forwards.
100%. I'm really proud of what I've done at Accrington over the last 5-6 years. As you say, I think maybe 14-15 players have got into the first team. They've all gone on to done well. I think there's the likes of Tommy Lee. He come through the 23s from Bognor Regis, and Jack Nolan, Liam Coyle, Josh Woods, Dan Martin. They've all come through. So that's the way forward with clubs like Morecambe and Accrington, other clubs in the league. You've got to bring your young players through from the academy, from the 18s, into a pathway through to the first team, and then break into the first team. Clubs like us, sometimes we've got to sell to survive, or we play them in the first team. So I think that's the way forward for us, and I think that's part of why I got the job, because I think they're on the same page as me, the board. We need to bring young players through, and that's what it's all about.
Well, I mean, we just need to look at Adam Mayer, don't we, to prove that in recent years it's a recipe for success. I think you look at this season as well, a few youngsters that have been in and around the first team setup. I know in the EFL Trophy, obviously Cameron Rooney got his goal, which was magic for him. George Pedley as well, being in that first team environment. That for those lads, that's really special. But for the football club, when you look ahead in the next couple of years, that in itself could be a really big thing.
It could make the difference of the club surviving. Not just Morecambe, other clubs like the same. If you don't bring young players through, make money on them, we can't afford to go out and spend hundreds of £1,000s on players. We've got to homegrown them and get loan players in and fish about to get the best players out there. But as I said, we can't buy players. It's got to be that way. It's got to be academy players and loan players in for the teams like Morecambe. And obviously we'll build a good relationship with the 18 staff. We're going to really work a lot on that. And hopefully we can get more players in the future.
We look at that as a long-term plan, but short-term, obviously back at the Mazuma Mobile Stadium for the first time in a month, I think it is, on Tuesday evening against Newport County. Just how excited are you to take to the field as first team manager?
I'd rather be going into the game on tomorrow after getting a good result on Saturday. But if the fans are going to be like they were on Saturday, we've got nothing to worry about. They turned out Saturday, and in the numbers, by the way, and sung from they were singing song all in party mood from the very first whistle to the last whistle, to the final whistle. So if they like that tomorrow, I'll be so happy. It'll give us an extra man on the pitch.
How important is that? We speak a lot about the effect that fans can have, but you've played the game for many years. You've been in a professional football setup for many years as well. How important is that from the fans in terms of when they bring the noise and they really get behind yourself and the lads?
It's massive. Confidence in football is a major thing. If you're away from home and you're getting booed by the home fans and it's not happening for you, some players do go into the shell and go missing out the game. But at home, when you're at home, you go out with your chest out and the fans are singing your name and they're roaring you on and all. There's nothing like it. It gives you a buzz and gives you the extra yard of pace. It makes you go into the tackle a bit harder, win the header. It's fantastic. And that's what the home fans have done this year. That's why the home form is so good this year, because the fans have been so good. So hopefully you can get behind us, get behind me as a new manager, and I'll be patient and we'll get where we've got to go.
I suppose as well, yourself on a personal level, having the two different stints now at Morecambe Football Club, you look at the spell that you was at in 2005 to 2007, I think it was, such a historic time in the football club's history. You had such a good backing from the supporters then. You've gone away, you've done what you've done, and then you come back in and you see that that support level has grown somewhat in terms of the attendances that we get in, week out. What would your message be to those supporters that do come in, week out and back the team? Just
keep coming, keep getting behind the team as you've done. They're doing everything right, obviously, because the results are being good at home. They're giving as I just said before, they're giving the players extra energy. They're getting behind them. Just keep blowing that ball into the opponent's net if you can. No, the fans, I can't say enough about the fans. They were like that in 2005, 2006 when we went to Wembley. They were behind us the whole time, every game. I remember the playoff game at home against Hereford. The atmosphere was fantastic. The crowd were right behind us, and it just reminds you of now. That game reminds you of just how they were, and just got to keep it going like that.